the fox who forgot to share, learning that greed can make you lose friends. Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest filled with singing birds and tall, whispering trees, there lived a clever fox named Felix. Felix was known far and wide as one of the smartest animals in the forest. He always knew how to find food, how to solve problems, and how to stay safe from danger. But there was one thing Felix was not very good at sharing. Felix loved to collect things. He had a cozy den deep under a big oak tree, and inside it were piles of juicy berries, crunchy nuts, honeycombs, and even shiny stones he found by the river. Every time he found something new, he would grin proudly and hide it away in his secret stash. The other animals in the forests liked Felix, but they often noticed how he never shared anything. When the rabbits offered him fresh carrots, he accepted them gladly. When the squirrels brought him acorns, he took them too. But when it came time for Felix to give something in return, he always found an excuse. "Oh, I don't have anything right now," he would say, even though his den was full of treats. One sunny morning, Felix woke up early and stretched his paws. His stomach rumbled loudly. Time to find breakfast," he said, licking his lips. He trotted through the forest and soon came across a large tree covered in ripe, red berries. They looked so delicious that Felix couldn't resist. He picked as many as he could, carry one in his mouth, two in his paws, and even some tucked into his tail fur. As he walked home, he met his friends Benny the bunny, Sally the squirrel, and Ollie the owl. They were all sitting near the stream, looking tired and hungry. "Good morning, Felix," Benny said cheerfully. "We've been looking for food all morning, but the wind blew away the berry bushes near our homes." "Oh dear," said Sally. "We haven't eaten anything yet." Ollie nodded. "It seems like the forest is changing this season. Food is getting harder to find." Felix looked at his friends, then at his basket full of berries. For a moment, his heart felt warm. Maybe he should share. But then his greedy side whispered, "If you share, you'll have less for yourself." So he forced a smile and said, "That's too bad, my friends. I hope you find some soon." And off he went, his tail swinging proudly behind him. That night, Felix sat in his den, surrounded by his mountain of berries. He ate and ate until he couldn't move another paw. "Ah, life is perfect," he said with a yawn. But as he closed his eyes, he heard something strange, a dripping sound. Then, another. Drip, drip, drip. Felix jumped up. Water was seeping into his den. The rain outside had turned into a heavy storm, and the nearby stream had overflowed. In minutes, muddy water rushed inside, washing away his piles of food. "No! My berries! My nuts! My honeycombs!" Felix cried, trying to grab them, but the water carried everything away. By morning, the storm had passed, and Felix's den was a soggy mess. His food was gone. He felt cold, hungry, and alone. Felix walked out slowly, his fur muddy and his stomach growling. He wandered through the forest, hoping to find something to eat. When he reached the stream, he saw his friends again. Benny was happily munching on carrots. Sally was cracking acorns, and Ollie was sipping nectar from a flower. They had found food together and were sharing it. Felix hesitated. He felt embarrassed. Benny noticed him first. "Felix, you look terrible. What happened?" "My den flooded," Felix admitted quietly. "All my food is gone." Sally looked at him kindly. "Oh, that's awful. You must be starving. Come sit with us, we'll share what we have." Felix blinked in surprise. "You'd share with me? After I didn't share with you?" Ollie smiled. "That's what friends do, Felix. We help each other, no matter what." Felix sat down, feeling a warmth in his heart that he hadn't felt in a long time. His friends handed him some food, a carrot from Benny, an acorn from Sally, and a bit of nectar from Ollie. They laughed and ate together under the soft sunlight filtering through the trees. That evening, as the golden light of sunset spread across the forest, Felix made a promise to himself. He decided to change. "I was so busy keeping everything for myself," he thought, "that I forgot the joy of giving." The next morning, Felix worked hard to rebuild his den. When he found food again, he didn't hoard it. Instead, he carried it out and shared it with everyone. He brought berries to the rabbits, nuts to the squirrels, and honeycombs to the birds. Soon, The forest was filled with laughter and cheer. Days passed, and Felix noticed something wonderful. The more he shared, the happier he felt. His friends began helping him too. They showed him new places to find food, built nests together, and even helped decorate his new den. Felix realized that friendship was far more valuable than any pile of food. One day, a little fox cub came running up to Felix and said, "Mr. Felix, why do you always share your food with everyone?" Felix smiled and said gently, "Because once I forgot how to share, and I almost lost all my friends." Greed might fill your belly for a day, but kindness fills your heart forever. From that day on, Felix became known not just as the clever fox, but also as the kindest one in the forest. Whenever an animal was in need, they knew Felix would be there to help. And every evening, as the stars twinkled above, Felix and his friends would gather together, sharing stories, laughter, and food. The forest was no longer just a place to live, it was a family. And Felix, the fox who once forgot to share, never forgot again. Moral: greed may give you things, but kindness gives you friends. When you share with others, your heart becomes richer than any treasure.